Good morning, good afternoon and good evening from wherever you may be in the world, and welcome to the last Paddock Walk here at the Nürburgring. It's been a rainy day but a great day, and it's so nice and warm here in the VIP tent from where we are right now.
Today?
Again,
Okay.
always this guy.
Back out to the...
I thought he liked us, but clearly it doesn't.
Yesterday he did.
Oh, it's so warm and nice outside,
Yes,
isn't it, Dan?
yes, it is. It's been a rainy day here at the Nürburgring, but a good rainy day, we do have to say. We had two great races, one race that went from dry to wet, and one race that was completely wet. I enjoyed it. How about you?
I enjoyed it a lot. We showed NXT Gen Cup on the big international scene in front of DTM and the big audience. I really enjoyed race 2. It was good fights all through the whole field, all through the whole race. Safety car obviously wasn't good for Luis ending up in the gravel trap, but it bunched the field up and it created some good racing in the end. So it was exciting to watch.
A 0 points weekend for Luis, colliding with Bente Boer, one of our new drivers this weekend in the first race, and finding the gravel trap at turn 1 in the second race. We all saw it live. If you haven't seen it, you can watch the races back, but for Luis it's a disappointing weekend. We have a 2-week break now. We're at the halfway point of the season, which is something to mention. The championship, still Ellis in the lead, and he's strengthened that lead this weekend.
And Linus Granfors is catching up. He has 2 victories. The first one to have 2 victories in a row. Very impressive.
First one to do a Grand Slam.
A Grand Slam. Well done, Linus. He found awesome speed in race 2. He was by far the quickest. That's impressive. I see a guy behind us. He's clearly doing his social media stuff.
Yes.
Mats Overhauf, our German home favorite. We need to see
so.
how he liked this.
Rightly so. I mean, what a weekend for you, Mats. Tell us, how was it? First time driving this car for a home crowd at the Nürburgring together with DTM.
It was an incredible weekend. We got used to the car. We got speed more and more after the turns, and now the second race was pretty good. I had the pace to keep driving in the pulk there, and just fighting was pretty nice there. Yeah.
How was it in the wet?
Pretty good. Yeah. I think the pace looks pretty nice in the wet, and it's like more like go-karting in the wet. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's your first time ever driving in a car.
Yes.
First race, it was a steep learning curve, but second race, you really had the speed. What's the plan now?
I have to think now. It's like we finished the season in karting, and then we have to see next year what we're gonna do, and then we will see. Yeah.
We will see you in a NXT Gen Cup car more this year, you think?
Hopefully, yeah.
You need to attack your father about that.
Yeah,
See what you can do.
I'm gonna do.
Nice having you here. Well
you.
done. P7 in race 2. Not a bad job. So thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Let's see if we have some of the winners from the race.
Well, there's only one winner here really this weekend.
Top 3 then.
Yes, top 3.
So
well,
the weather is rubbish. It's been like this basically the whole day.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful test car.
Feels like it's autumn really. This is typical Nürburgring weather.
Let's pass some of the cars. We have Sebastian Kinmark's Byggström car.
Yep.
You can see on the right-hand side of the car quite extensive damage. He was hit obviously by CD Högfeldt in race 1. 15G impact.
Oh, goodness me.
So there was a big hit. The car was repaired.
Also, got a 15-second time penalty this race. So
for overtaking under yellow. So they are learning. They are learning. Do we have any drivers here at all? I think they've all ditched the weather and they are on their way home, I think.
Yeah. I can see one driver in the distance. He's coming. Måns Tallin has put on his normal clothes, but a good race one for him, finishing P5.
P5.
Second race, not as great of a start. Went off in turn 5. Let's see if we can have a chat to Måns really quickly. We have to grab you. How was the weekend for you, finishing P5 in the first race? Not the best start to the race in race 2.
Well, it feels absolutely amazing. I mean, it's much more than I really thought I could do in this race weekend, and here at Nürburgring, I mean, it's so fantastically cool. And I mean, I got a little lock up in race 2, and it didn't go so very well that I did in race 1. But I mean, I managed to climb my way up to 11th place, I think. So I'm really happy about this weekend.
You've made the move around the outsides of turn 1 a couple of times this weekend. Is that your signature move here now?
I don't think so, maybe. But we get to see.
How was the car in the wet? Of course, first time experiencing it. In race 2, in complete wet conditions, how was it?
I did not think that it would react like that. I mean, it just went straight on. I mean, it was extremely hard to drive this car in the wet. So it was a very big experience for me.
It's good for you to learn. So in 2 weeks' time, we're going to Gelleråsen, the track where we did the official test days. How is your feelings going into a weekend with a track you've been at before?
I'm very excited. I mean, I'm going to, with my engineer, try as many setups as I possibly can before it ends, and hopefully get a better result at Gelleråsen to the races.
Thank you for the weekend. P5, race 1, not bad. Well done. Good improvements.
Thank you very much.
Let's keep our paddock walk walking, or?
Yes,
I think
let's do that. Here's another one. One that we've interviewed before. Afterwards told me that he's never really keen of being on the camera. And you can go and stand in the middle of me and Fredrik. Graham, picking up your season best finish here at the Nürburgring of P9. How was it?
Very good. I think I was really good on the brakes that time and not too eager to get on the throttle.
The incident from Siri and Sebastian that we just walked past happened right ahead of you. How was that?
I saw her coming in my mirror, so I get out of the way from her.
Now he is schooled by NXT GP. And I heard someone there saying, here we go, Ellis in the background, giving him his, oh, there we go. This is amazing. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is retro Fredrik with a glitter background. There we go, comparison. How?
We've all had young, beautiful days, just like Graham here is young and beautiful. I was once young and beautiful, but you did a great job, great improvements.
Thank you.
Coming to Sweden in 2 weeks' time at Gelleråsen. You've been there before, the first track we go back to. Will it help you?
Yeah, I think so. I hope not the last corner again.
Oh yeah, you had some offs last time in ending up in the gravel trap. That's true. Well done. Thank you for joining this weekend, and we see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. And that sticker that you got, you can throw it away. Okay.
He's gonna put it on the car. He said, "I want to see that happen on his door."
I wonder who produced those stickers.
Yeah.
It's very windy, it's
yes.
cold. Let's go into a warm engineering room and see if we can find some of the winners.
It's been so important, really. You can see what they've done is they have looked at the data, especially from Linus, which is something that a lot of drivers will be looking at, because Linus was driving completely different lines in that race. So it's something that a lot of drivers can learn a lot from. He won that race by, I think, 4 point something seconds. Here is the mini safety car. We've seen it 3 times this weekend, twice in race 1 and once in race 2. That was for Louise Larsen and the incident that happened earlier on between Siri Heckfeldt.
It did its job. Here we have Albert. We need to ask Albert. So Albert is from Spain. He's from QEV, our battery supplier. Are you happy with the weekend?
Yes, I am. It has been an exciting weekend in Nürburgring, and it has been very different conditions. We have dry conditions, rainy conditions, mixture. We have the safety car, and quite a good weekend. Yes, I think so.
What was the best? What was the best? Did you watch the races? Obviously you did, but any overtakes or any situations you liked the most?
Yeah, I think the after safety car in the first race was quite tricky. All of them, they didn't expect these wet conditions in first turn, and it was, as a spectator, it was nice to see that.
Yeah. They're very young now drivers. In race 2 it was completely opposite. Everyone behaved.
Yeah. They learn a lot, I think, in the first race, and they were trying to push, but knowing that the conditions were difficult and they were a bit slower in the corners, just to keep calm and maintain the perfect or the best path.
Exactly. Thank you for this weekend, Albert, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Yeah. So Albert is actually the one that has hard-coded all the functions and all the software in our race cars.
And he's not sitting still at home either.
No.
When we get to the racing weekends, the first thing I do is always go to him and ask, well, have you been able to improve the car in any versions?
And he does.
Yes, he does. He always seems to find something.
I actually let him drive the test car at Knutstorp a year ago.
When am I going to drive it?
He loved it. You're never going to drive it. You and Daniel, our technical manager, will never drive it. So let's go into the engineering trailer. Let's see if we can find someone here. Oh, here we have someone.
Alexander. Well, you had a good start in race 1, as we know. what happened at the first safety car restart?
Yeah, I haven't put the brake balance to the rear of the car and looked up in the first corner.
Race 2, another good start, climbing up to P9, and again a safety car restart. This time at turn 3.
Yeah, I got a little punch in my left rear, and then it was over.
You've just, I think, had your engineering meeting, or you're still going to have it?
I'm still gonna have it.
Okay, what do you think is there to improve after this weekend?
To finish the race in the top, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, you showed us that speed is there. You have the capability at qualifying and in racing.
Yeah.
Very, very tricky conditions. How did you like it in the wet?
Yeah, it was tricky to find the speed out of the corners, to not only spin, and the braking was pretty tough, to not locking up.
And in 2 weeks, we're going back to Sweden, going back to Gelleråsen, a track that you know by heart. What's your expectation?
Yeah, I really gonna push hard to be on the podium, so a big revenge from this weekend in Nürburgring.
Have you enjoyed it, being here with DTM?
Yeah, really cool.
Even in the rain?
Yeah.
I see someone with a Hancock hat. It
Yes.
must be someone from the podium.
yes, indeed. Can we interrupt him?
Yeah, of
during
course we
the
interrupt him. I'm the boss. We can interrupt. Here, take a seat. Take a seat down.
session? I take the seat.
I'll jump in between you.
Yes. Elias, race 1, you had a bit of a moment going down into turn 1. What happened?
Rookie error, really. I used to push the past, was on the rubber in the wet race, which is the worst thing you can be. And also I broke almost where the dry line is, like usually I would do. So it was a total mistake from my part. As in Årsasleben and Falkenberg, but I think after that one I had a long look at myself, and I think I isolated what the problem was mentally with me. So I think it's not going to happen again. But very unfortunate, and put me back for this race.
If we look at race 2, though, a incredible comeback. How was that race for the first time in the complete wet conditions in this car?
Yeah, it was really great. A lot of overtaking, of course, a lot of battles, but I think I managed to do quite a good job. Of course, being at P12, it's hard to win with the 7 green laps, but I think picking up 9 positions in 7 laps is a really good result, so I'm happy.
All right, you have your engineering meeting at the moment. What are you looking at now?
Data, reference data and everything, just to see what I could have done better. As always, just to improve all the time. Never.
So your engineer David, is he doing a good job for you? Or?
He's doing an amazing job. He's
Yeah?
the best engineer.
We need to ask him as well. Are you happy with your driver's performance for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm very happy. It's very nice to work with a driver who you tell him to do something and then he just goes out and does it, and then we gain some time because, so it's really easy to work with him. It's really nice.
And you've looked at the data now, obviously from race 2. Who are you comparing against, and what have you found? What can he improve?
Yes, we're looking at I think Linus at the quickest lap, so we're comparing to his quickest lap, and what we can see is turn 1 braking. There's a lot of time to be gained, and what I think is that through the whole lap, all of the braking points you lose a bit. It's mostly in turn 1, but I think Elias is just going a bit safe to not go off the track. I mean, staying on track in such a race is just good to gain the position. So it's mostly that, but then we have some line in turn 2 as well. And also working with Elias, he tells me that I tried a different line. I don't think it worked. We look at the data, and that's how it is. So.
And you feel that this way of working is helping you?
Yeah, of course. Data is.
Which microphone are we going to
I
use?
mean, take yours.
Data is always useful, and since I've been like 9, 10, I've been looking at data through carding and everything. So it's really a fundamental tool to improve and get better each race. So yeah, very useful.
Well done. Congratulations to the podium, and thank you for a
you.
good job, David.
Thank you.
Let's leave them alone. Let's
Yeah.
let them finish their business. We can see Siri is in here now as well, analyzing the race with Mikael, and Matthew from the UK is clearly checking onboard videos with Mats Overhauf. So maybe they can press play. We can see some onboard action. So that's going out of the last corner.
Right behind Ellis here. I think
Right
this was
behind
actually
Ellis, yeah.
earlier on in the race when he was in P7.
So,
If I remember the race correctly.
yeah, I mean, you normally do, Dan, don't you?
Yeah.
So, Dan, I think that was it from Nürburgring, from DTM. It's been an amazing weekend. We're really happy that we had the chance from ADAC, from DTM to be here. Swedish Motorsport Federation has helped us as well. The Next Gen Cup crew, all the mechanics, all the coordinators, and you, Dan, you've done a good job.
Thank you very much.
The catering people, we're really happy. We're looking forward going back to Sweden now. I think the drivers are looking forward as well. They've got a lot of experience now. It's pretty cocky being here for them at Nürburgring. I hope they can bring that confidence as well with them going into the next half of the season.
Yeah, the confidence, the swagger. We hope that we see you back at Gelleråsen as well. We have 2 days of testing and immediately after that is the Saturday and Sunday for round number 4 at Gelleråsen. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. This has been it from the Nürburgring. Fredrik, sadly, all good things have to come to an end. So is the first part of the season. The first half has come to an end here at the Nürburgring. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Gelleråsen. Till then, goodbye and stay safe.